Hello everyone, I'm Ibrahim Shams and today my friends and I are talking about nuclear power. Nuclear power is the use of nuclear reactions to produce electricity. Nuclear power can be obtained from nuclear fission, nuclear decay and nuclear fusion reactions. Presently, a vast majority of electricity from nuclear power is obtained from nuclear fission of uranium and plutonium in nuclear power plants. The discovery of nuclear fission occurred in 1938 following over 4 decades of work on the science of radioactivity and the elaboration of new nuclear physics that describe the components of an atom. Soon after the discovery of the fission process, it was realized that a fissioning nucleus can induce further nuclear fission, thus inducing a self-sustaining chain reaction. The first organization to develop a practical use of nuclear power was the US Navy, with the S-1W nuclear reactor for the purpose of propelling submarines and aircraft carriers. In the United States, research efforts led to the creation of the first man-made nuclear power plant, the Chicago Pile 1, on December 2, 1942. As of September 2021, there are more than 400 nuclear power plants around the globe with a combined electrical capacity of 396 gigawatt. There are also 53 nuclear power plants under construction and reactors planned with a combined electrical capacity of 60 gigawatt and 103 gigawatts respectively.
Myself Mohammad FARHAN of class 11th A to Hamdard Public School, New Delhi. Talking about the advantages of nuclear energy, we get a lot of points. First point is that it is one of the largest source of energy across the world. It produces nearly around 800 billion kilowatt hour of electricity each year in United States only. Second point is that it is one of the most reliable source of energy across the world. The nuclear power plants runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they are designed to operate for longer stretches and refuel every 1.5 to 2 years. The third point is that it supports national security. A strong civilian nuclear sector is essential for national security and energy diplomacy. Right now, India has 23 nuclear power reactors in operation. The fourth point is that it supports job. The nuclear industry supports a large amount of job across the globe. For example, 500,000 jobs in the USA only. Moving forward to the sixth point, that is many industries also benefit from nuclear industry. For example, the medical sector, which uses radiation to diagnose and treat diseases like cancer, the consumer products, which uses radioisotopes, and the food and agriculture department, which uses radiation to genetically modify crops. Moving forward to the last point, that is higher degree of stability. As the technology is advancing day by day, the nuclear energy is becoming a safe and stable choice for energy production.
Hello, I'm MOHD and now let's talk about how nuclear power plants had adversely affected us. First of all, there are huge costs beyond simply constructing the power stations. Unlike renewable technologies, decommissioning a nuclear plant and disposing of nuclear waste is complex, hazardous and expensive. The waste product of nuclear fission reactions are radioactive, which keeps on emitting harmful radiations for thousands of years. So it is very difficult to dispose of nuclear waste safely. Creation of radioactive waste such as uranium meltanium, reused reactor fuels are of huge concern. Currently, much of the radioactive waste have been stored at the power stations due to space constraint, but eventually the radioactive waste will need to be relocated. Plans have been proposed to bury the radioactive waste contained in cast, which would be transported in large trucks. In the event of an accident, the radioactive waste could possibly leak. Thus, the idea of building more nuclear power plants and worrying about dealing with the waste later has the potential of a dangerous.
Everyone, I am Nauman Alam of class 11A2 from the public school. Until here, we got to know about what is nuclear energy, merits and demerits. And now we will put some light upon one of the major demerits, the nuclear disaster. So, what is a nuclear disaster? Basically, an event which has led to significant consequences to people, environment or the facility. Examples include lethal effects on individuals, large radioactivity released to the environment, reactor core melt. Over the years, the world has witnessed numerous nuclear disasters. The first came when the little atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, and 3 days later, the Fat Man on Nagasaki, killing thousands. But the worst came on 26 April 1986, the Chernobyl disaster, when the reactor number 4 melted and released 8 tons of radiation spreading over the radius of 30 kilometers, radiating each and everything, killing thousands and affecting the rest. Till this date, all that area is empty and radiated. There are also very other severe incidents too, like Fukushima nuclear disaster, Japan 3 mil incident, USA, and many more, destroying lives and properties. Some were by mistake or carelessness, some due to natural calamities, and some on purpose. But is this it? Are we safe now? Questions like these remain unanswered. Until when? We don't know.
Hello everyone, today me Mohammad FARHAN MANZER of class 11th A is going to compare nuclear energy with renewable energy. I think till now you have known that what is nuclear energy, their advantages and disadvantages. So, nuclear energy is considered as a clean source of energy like renewable energy. There is a debate whether nuclear energy can be considered as a renewable energy source or not. So, what is renewable energy? Renewable energy are those energy which comes from the renewable and natural sources such as sunlight, wind, rain, tides, wind and geothermal energies. So, nuclear energy is a clean energy as well as it doesn't produce harmful emission in the way that non-renewable energy does. Nuclear energy is produced from the energy of the nucleus of an atom through the process called nuclear fission. Nuclear fission is a process of splitting uranium atom to produce energy. The heat which is released by the fission is used to create steam which spins the turbine to generate electricity without the harmful byproducts emitted by the fossil fuels. The basic and the main difference between nuclear energy and renewable energy is that the infrastructure of nuclear energy takes longer time for the setup and it's really very costly. The process of extracting nuclear energy is very complex and it requires number of highly qualified specialists to run it safely. Currently, only about 2.3% of total energy consumption is attributed through the nuclear energy, whereas renewable energy consumption is almost or more than 20% of the uses. Just as a comparison, you would need more than 3 million solar panels to produce the same energy of power or more than 430 wind turbines to produce same energy which is just prepared by a typical nuclear facility. Nuclear fuel is extremely dense. You would be surprised to know that only a single piece of uranium, only about 1 inch, can produce as much energy as a 17,000 cubic feet of natural gas produces, or 120 gallon of oil or 1 ton of coal produces. So now I think you have understood that although the setup cost is high, but you produces that much energy which can't be produced simply by renewable energy or non-renewable energy together.
My name is FARHAN from class 11th A2. Nuclear energy is a major low carbon emission energy source for generation of electricity in the whole world, and it is expected to remain so in the foreseeable future. However, the nuclear power must be safe, reliable and economic compared to the other energy sources including hydro, wind, natural gas and even coal. Although we face significant challenges that are constraining the prospects of further development, nuclear power should be developed as a potential carbon-free energy resource in order to mitigate future problems of climate changes and other environmental concerns. I would like to conclude this whole video by my team through the famous quote of Albert Einstein: "The unleashed power of atom has changed everything except our thinking. Thus, we are drifting towards a catastrophe beyond conception. We shall require a new thinking if mankind is to survive." Thank you.